Hi, welcome to the Commercial Gas Engineer channel. I'm just going back to some of my previous footage. What you can see here is a cam and air adjustment. This burner servo motor cam, the adjustable cam controls how much air is delivered during operation. By turning the screws clockwise, you increase airflow. And then this particular scene here that you can see is the timing chart and burner sequence, and you can just see it shows you when the fan starts, when ignition happens, and here's a clearer indication of all of that. Do make sure that you get into the manuals for the manufacturers and read through them. There's so much to learn from them. This was another burner where you can see a few terminals here like T1 and T2, the main start terminals. So I've got a short video here, or should I say it's a 10-minute video of some bits and bobs. This is the sequence of operation for the unit, and it's really important in the manual. Find them and go through them. It shows you the timings when different parts come on and so on. It's excellent. Just really go through them and understand them. This is the gas train schematics. You've got the safety valves and so on there. You can see that. And then this is the gas train from further out. And then this is like a basic wiring diagram. I'm just giving you a bit of an advertisement of what you can see in the manual of the burners. Riello's got a really good site for their burners. You can see the VS there, the safety valve, and the regulator there, the R, and then the F for the filter. And the adjustable gas valve that was there as well. I think it's the VR. And then in here you can see the different terminals, like the typical terminals, like high and low fire and switch live and so on. And you can see the abbreviations there for the TR, the TS, and so on. This was a video that I had from a long time ago, from about 4 years ago. I probably cut it out because the video had me in it. Too much of me in it, but in this one I just cut a few of the bits of me there. Also had my ID and so on, but I'm just here taking out a burner plate, diffuser plate, and then putting it back in. You can see me here. This was me experimenting about 4 or 5 years ago. I recently bought a tripod to do some videos. And also I got a mic. I'm not using the mic today, but this was me turning everything back on, because obviously you want the gas shut off, electric shut off when you are working on a unit. So you can see the burner coming on there and the sight glass. It's funny because some of these pictures, I look at some of these sites and I can just about remember where some of them were. They are several years ago. And then this is on a roof at a particular site. Some of these sites and these roofs, if you're parts of the UK or London, you will be able to identify where I was. As you can see here, it's telling you what to do when you have these Belimo valves, what to check, such as 0 to 10. And also it can also tell you where to check for 24 volts. But look in the manual, and also contact Belimo. They're quite helpful. They're one of the most popular valve manufacturers in the world, so give them a call. I've called them in the past and they've been excellent. They give really good diagnosis, or should I say diagnostic information. This was a plant room in the middle of nowhere. I remember going there, but I couldn't tell you where it was. Can't remember at all. But what I did notice in this video was, look at that low loss header there, nicely lagged up. It's funny when you go back to these pictures, and then up there you've got a draft diverter above these Ideal Super Series, and there's that draft diverter, and then it's almost like the flue goes within a flue. It's a bit weird. I've only noticed that now in this. It's funny because if you did a video of some of the things you've seen in the past, you'd be surprised at some things you saw that you didn't even know what they were, and so on. Even I've seen people look at flue stabilizers and they don't know that's what it is. they look at it and they're like, oh, I don't even know what that is. So it's so hard in the industry to know everything. Very hard to know. Like I think it's almost impossible to know everything. This looks like a site in London. I think I can remember this particular. I think this was a hotel, and this is the roof. I think I was there for probably a week or two doing PPMs. And this is probably I think this is what we call this, the belt room, where there was a lot of belts that you had to change in that particular room. And I hadn't discovered phone stabilization mode. I don't know if you've ever done any filming, or you have to do any filming for any sites. Someone wants information. On some phones you can use stabilization mode, and so when you walk around it's more stable. Do you recognize any parts of these? There's certain parts of the roof where if you looked you'd be like, oh, I know what that is. I obviously know because I've been up here before. This is quite a huge building, and those are the flues. They seem quite low down, don't they? In terms of, they don't seem as high as you would expect. And there's certain parts of London. I think what's weird is some of these buildings I'm filming, I've actually gone into some of them, so I'm seeing it from one end, and then I've actually been in some of the videos I'm filming, some of the buildings I'm filming. Okay, on this particular site, I was checking the flue fan because it wasn't pulling properly. And this is on a roof where I was doing some filter bashing. That's bag filters, and then you have your box filters as well. Just want to remind you that you should write the date on these. Get a marker pen and put the dates on there in case anyone wants to say you never changed them, because some filters can get dirty very quickly. A friend of mine reminded me the other day, remember to put the dates on them, on the box filters, on the bag filters. Just put your date, your initials on there, so nobody can say that you didn't change them. Until next time, please leave some comments in the section below. Bye from wherever you're watching from. Until next time.